About my granola bars, I get it.
I
ate a lot of
but you're
granola
throwing that in my
bars.
face
Sorry.
like I was the one. I didn't even.
I was hungry. I wanted some granola bars.
She brought it
These
up.
two are acting like two toxic high schoolers instead of acting like two adults in a real life marriage. Sophie, I'm looking at you. I will never forgive you for making me defend Rob. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here to discuss Sophie and Rob in the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. The last time we saw Sophie and Rob, things were still messy. Sophie was still living apart from him, and she decided to meet up with him one night and brought her mother, and that went to crap, okay? Because Rob was trying to be nice, but Sophie's mom was just, I think her name is Claire. Claire was just pushing buttons and just speaking too much, and it was clear that she was trying to speak for Sophie, and Rob threw a few low blows. And he was defending himself because don't come for me unless I sent for you. That was his stance, okay? So Claire then was crying because she feels like Rob went too far, and so they ended up leaving. So now they're trying again to have a conversation, or so Rob thinks. Sophie lets us know that she's actually going to Rob's house with the intention of packing her things and going away again for a few days. And this is a routine that is getting old. You have one foot out the door constantly. How is someone supposed to fully commit to you and learn to be a better person for you if you keep making them feel like they're not worth even sticking around to fight it out? I personally would be livid if my spouse left me alone to deal with my feelings. Rob is no peach, and he has a lot to work at, and he is so triggering to a lot of us because a lot of us have dated Robs. But you either gotta go or you gotta stick it out, but you can't be half in, half out. And that's the dance that Sophie is doing. So before we get into it, it's a quick scene. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Jumping right in, Sophie is packing up her things, and Claire is just on the couch looking at Rob.
Thing right now, because you're both at the brink, is a few days to really work out what you want. And just wait and see what happens in the next few days.
Sophie keeps going away. Like, what hasn't she decided on yet? Like, why does she keep taking time to think and then goes back to the relationship and it's the same? Like, be for real. What are you doing?
She goes to her friends, yeah. Which I understand you're probably thinking, oh, it's just about you two in a circle. But it's this time she's going to spend some time trying to heal and feel what she's feeling.
It honestly just sounds like the same thing.
It is.
Again.
It is the same thing. She plays
I
games.
said to her, you just need to be still. I know it sounds corny, but it's like in the silence is where you get the answers.
You're the last person that he wants to hear speak because he said it. He's like, this lady is the worst thing that has happened to me. Also, it's no secret that you do not like him. So this is a moment where you should practice stillness and silence. I hope that you mean well. You're her mother, but like, you're overstepping. Her being in this space with Rob when it's tense like this is overstepping. I'm all for having a support system, but there are things that you have to step your cookies up. You were grown enough to get married, then you need to be grown enough to deal with it. Whether it's to stay and thug it out with your husband or to be honest and be like, actually, I'm checked out of this. I think we rushed into this. I need to get out. But to keep coming in and out and then bringing all these people into it, your mother, Kay, like, and then you wonder why he has strong feelings against them because you keep making it clear that they're cheering against your relationship.
By the way, I had nothing to do with this decision.
Girl, right.
Once again, Sophie's walking out that door and she's going back to Kay's.
And I don't really believe that she's going to, weigh all the pros and cons on our relationship.
No.
Like, she's not going to do that. I could hope, but she's spent so much time away and never thought to do this soul searching until right now.
Correct.
She's going to go enjoy not being here and then wake up and be like, God, I said I'd only be gone for 4 days. Do I want to go home or not?
I've said it from the beginning that Sophie is going to marry Rob, still having the thought process of like, it's a relationship. And their relationship was toxic. So she's like, oh, I could just tap in and out whenever I want. But when you're in a marriage, the stakes are higher. You don't get to play those stupid games. But it never clicked for her. And I agree with something that Rob said. And again, it comes with her being young and like feeling like, I could do better. We've all been there when we're like, yeah, I want to be single. And you're out with your girls, you're partying. You're like, yeah, I feel good. I feel sexy. And then the next morning comes and you're like, I miss being with my man. And that's probably what's happening. She's having the time of her life. Then the next day she feels lonely. She wants a little cuddle and she wants the attention, and then starts to romanticize the idea of Rob and their good days, does no processing of emotion, jumps back in, and then their problems hit her in the face. And then she's like, oh, I need to go away. And it keeps happening and happening. It's very high school.
No, I don't deserve to be with somebody like that.
You're the worst, but you don't deserve that.
Like, you look really sad. She's sad.
I'm sad because my wife is always leaving.
But just remember,
Correct.
There's two sides to every story.
I don't think that she or you have thought about my side.
The thing about Rob is that he's also not viewing things in her side because, and I hate that I understand it in this moment. He's like, I'm sitting with all these feelings and I haven't been given the opportunity to share that with you, to process with you, because you have ran away. So if you're here for 2 days, I want to tell you everything that I've been thinking, everything that I've been feeling. And it sounds like me, but I also haven't been able to spread this out because you've been gone. I'm not a Rob apologist, but like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? And if Sophie's feeling the same way, I can empathize with that, but I'm also like, this is your fault because you keep stepping away. If you want to process it, if you want to learn each other, if you want to figure things out, if you want to see things through, you got to stay in your apartment with your husband, not a fiance, your husband. So it's funny for him to be like, I don't think you guys are seeing my side. They're not. But you're also not either, so.
To be clear, Sophie has always been taken care of.
No, she hasn't. I remember in LA, she'd ring me and go, I'm starving. Can you send me some food? You'd go crazy because she ate one
So
of
you
those
don't
cereal
know,
bars.
so you're going to tell me this. So I went crazy because that's the only thing I grab at 7 a.m. before work. I don't wake up early enough to cook myself breakfast.
What's
Sophie
happening?
kept bringing up how I was telling her what she could and couldn't eat.
I think Rob is very cheap. I don't think that he would be starving Sophie out. That's one. I think Sophie is a bit lazy. She's a bit of a cochina. We've seen. And she probably is looking at all these things in the house that probably need to be cooked. And so she doesn't want to. So she's like, Mom, can you Uber Eats me? Listen, we all love Uber Eats. We all love Grubhub. We just got to be honest. Sometimes there's food in the fridge and we don't want to be near the stove. That's one. I don't believe Rob was starving her. I have a hard time believing that. I do believe that he's cheap. And so her mom is talking about him complaining about her eating cereal bars. He's saying that those cereal bars were for him for when he would be getting ready for work and he didn't have time to cook. Just to give him the benefit of the doubt. Sophie, you need to consider your partner. This is the one thing that he can grab and go before he goes to work. He is supporting the both of you, right? He's providing shelter. May not be the best, but he's providing it for you. He needs to get to work. He needs fuel. Step away from the cereal bars. Eat something else. Eat a bagel. Eat something else, right? I can see that on his end. On her end, she's probably like, well, why can't I have that ease too to grab and go? Like, whatever it may be. That's when you, Rob, as her partner, if you notice, oh damn, my girl really likes these bars, but I still need them. Let me just buy 2 packs. One that's set aside for me and one for her to eat as she pleases. That sounds like a nice compromise to me. But Robert, he's a little cheap.
But my reasoning wasn't because I wanted to tell her what she couldn't eat. I just wanted her to be considerate of me.
Correct.
It was an easy snack for me before
I do believe that. She's very selfish.
You going over the granola bars? This is why I need space, because you're pissed off at something. You're always pissed off. Fine.
Your mother was the one that brought it up. Also, her being like, and that's why I'm leaving, because you're always pissed off about... Ma'am, you were leaving already. It had nothing to do with that. Like, you're making excuses instead of being honest with you and with him. This is childish. Like, if you're gonna go, go. But stop dragging it. And I love that she's like, you're so immature as she's holding a plush.
I'm not even pissed off. I'm very calm right now. And I'm having a conversation with your mom.
About my granola bars, I get it. I like granola bars.
Sorry. She's a child. She really is a child, and she acts her age. I have to laugh because Sophie is someone that desperately wants this like deep understanding, and she wants this consideration, but she doesn't give that, and it is a bit one-sided. And I know that it's, to her, it probably sounds like ridiculous, and it could be, but to him it matters, and this is the man that you chose. So what he cares about, you should care about as well. So her being like, in front of your mother at that, giving your mother ammunition, just say you don't like this man and go. Go about your way. Have your peace.
I don't know. I just tried to talk to her about it.
Look at her. She dropped the bomb and is like...
You ate the whole box of granola bars. I said, Sophie, can you not eat the whole box? Because this is the only thing that I take to work.
I'm not arguing over granola bars.
I don't want you to eat a whole box of granola bars when that's the only thing
But if I
I'm...
want to eat a whole box of granola, I should be able to do that.
Then buy it. Or tell him, babe, I really like these. Can you buy 2? They're not listening to each other. It's stupid, but it is... I get what it is. It's just a consideration thing. You don't care for my sustainability, and they're both seeing it that way. They're both just so fixated on the me, of like, you're not considering me, instead of thinking about, there's an easy fix for this. But they will never know peace because they have stupid fights like this.
Okay. Why did you go over there?
You don't seem to like me very much.
Correct. Girl, leave him alone at this
Honestly,
point.
I feel like if this dinner that we had never happened, then you wouldn't be leaving right now. Your mom was
The
very
day
upset at me.
before, you made me cry multiple times in one day.
Sophie,
Can we just talk about how she's annoyed that he stepped away to give her space? And it's like, you're leaving him again. Do you expect him to be all up on you when you're physically going away from him? He may be in the kitchen, but you're going away to someone else's house. Like, what grounds do you have to complain about someone's distance?
It wasn't going well, and
misunderstanding that you
and
took
the
the wrong
second
way.
time,
And the second
it was
time,
nice to me.
you stood in front of me and said, there are other people that can make me so much happier.
She did say that.
Hold on, let me talk.
Someone could
Let
make
me
me
talk.
happy. You don't
Let me
think
talk.
that.
Let me talk.
She's such a child. It's her being like, you made me cry, so I have to go. It's like, you're gonna do this in this marriage? After every fight? Like, couples fight. It's not perfect 24/7. And like, as your partner on the opposite end of this, it would destroy me to feel like my person needs to take this many breaks from me. Like, just leave. What did she think was going to happen? That he was going to throw a parade? That he was going to be happy? That he was just going to kick his feet up and watch TV as his wife packed her bags to go away yet again? Like, whatever reaction he was going to have, you have to eat it. You have to just swallow your pride and be like, I understand, and go about your way. But her being annoyed and inconvenienced by him having some feedback is wild.
This is what you need to reflect
I would like
on.
to. I
This is
know
what
what I
you
need
need
to
to reflect
reflect
on.
on. You don't need to tell me
figure
what to
out.
reflect
You
on.
need to figure out if who I am as a person is somebody you can be with
She does.
without being pissed off all the time.
She does, because this is the person that he was the whole time. And she knew that when she married him. And now the minute they're married, she's like, actually, I don't know if I'm down with it. So yeah, you do have to reflect. He has some points, and she's like, you don't have to tell me what to reflect on. And it's like, he can give you some suggestions since you keep leaving him. Whether you like it or not, he gets a say in what happens in your relationship. He can't physically control you. You're leaving again. But to be mad at him saying something about it is wild.
Truly.
Girl,
Because
go.
you're always walking away.
Hey,
Ridiculous. I'm not perfect.
But it feels like there are things that Sophie is needing me to change that makes me me, like my actual personality. And I can't do that.
Yeah, she don't like you.
It is an emotional roller coaster. She's whipping me around in a whirlwind of
She
emotions.
is. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Rob, but she is.
Sophie, I have listened to you and listened to you, and I've said sorry and sorry and sorry.
She doesn't care about that.
do that to you.
I do listen
I
to
don't
you.
do that.
Like, you don't get me moving out. I'm about to leave you, and you're still talking about what I need to do? You should be like, what the can I do so you don't leave?
I don't agree with that. Yes, Rob has work to do. Absolutely. But every single fight, Sophie's like, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. What are you going to do? Because you are no peach. You're not perfect in this relationship. You have things to work on, and you need to be open to that criticism as well. I don't agree with it being just Rob. Rob is not the sole problem in this relationship. It's taken two people to make the relationship what it is. So I don't agree with that. And again, her being like, I'm leaving and you're still telling me things that I have to do. Madam, you were going to leave regardless. So he might as well say what he has to say. You made this decision to leave without him, and you've made it that way this whole time. I just don't like her pretending like these aren't thoughts that she already has. These aren't things that like she's already been set on. I don't think she loves Rob anymore. I think she fell out of love because they do have a toxic relationship, and he has been monstrous. We've seen it. But she wants him to grovel, and at first he wasn't doing much of that, but he has been in the last few episodes like really like putting his heart on the line for her, tolerating her mother until he couldn't anymore, telling her like he loves her and that he wants them to live together and to really work at their relationship. He wants a future with her. He's been telling her everything, and she's been getting what she wants, and it's still not enough. It's very clear that it doesn't matter in what way Rob says it, what he does. She's just so like done with him. Rob already has cheating tendencies, and I just feel like if she moves out one more time and he's gonna hit up his black book. Okay? He's gonna start texting other girls, and then we're not gonna hear the end of this.
Alright, tell me what I need to do while you
You
move
should have
out.
asked me.
Is he about to cry?
Okay, I didn't ask you.
But you don't see how that's the problem. You can think about what you could do to show me that you've changed. And reflect on yourself and really realize and be accountable about the whole thing.
People can't read your mind. Whatever you need, spill it. Tell him. Just like he should be telling you. You guys need to be a lot more explicit. This vague, you think about your actions and you think what you want to be for me. No, tell me what you want me to be for you, and I will tell you if it works. Or I can leave. Not Claire in the
This
background.
could be me happy with you. Or this could be me with you. If you
Girl,
stay the same.
a child. A
Have
child.
anything else you need to say to me? I'm gonna leave.
Go! You're leaving anyway. He's about to cry.
I love you too.
That I love you too was like to a friend. It wasn't to you, like someone that you love. He still told her he loves her, which I think that he was hoping that that would make her turn around and go back upstairs. But it's not, because she don't want to be there. And her mom is there to ensure that.
So piss me off or I'm not gonna come back.
Stop pissing me off or I'm not going to come back. Girl, it don't matter if you come back because you're going to leave in 2 days. Like, that's not okay. To be like, we can't have a fight because I'm a flight risk. That's not how relationships work. That's not how marriages work. This girl literally has no thoughts in her brain. Just vibes. Just vibes and Fashion Nova. You know Sophie's acting like the worst if I'm sympathizing with Rob. The lack of self-awareness, no ability to think for herself. Claire is so nosy that even with crutches, she's still like, sit your ass down, Claire. Sit somewhere. Sit on the curb.
Man, if we wasn't married, I don't think I would be right here right now like I am now. Not at all.
That's a commitment.
Because I committed to her and I put it on paper.
Yeah.
And I give it everything I can. Everything I can. But if she isn't seeing that, then I'm not going to hold my breath and wait for her to come back. I'm going to start thinking about what life is like without her.
I mean, she's leaving you no choice, honestly.
I must have married the both of them.
You did. That's family. Y'all, Sophie is playing stupid games and she's about to win stupid prizes. I don't have much else to say. Next episode, it looks like Rob is going to go out with his friends and there's a girl that's going to be hitting on him hard. So I don't know. Sophie, either get your man or leave him, but this is getting tired. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.